Rumors and lies spread like wildfire across the internet, including across chat applications like WhatsApp. Some of these viral hoaxes can turn deadly. Recently in India, internet lynch mobs have killed a dozen people, including innocent bystanders. Rumors on WhatsApp said the victims were kidnapping kids or harvesting organs. Facebook owns WhatsApp, and the Indian government is demanding that the company shut down the hoaxes and rumors. But the company says that the viral content is almost impossible to monitor, partly because it's all encrypted, meaning not even the company can see where these rumors began. Joining us now from New Delhi via Skype is the Washington Post's India Bureau Chief Annie Gowan. She's been following this story. Annie, bring us up to speed on what's happened in the last couple of days.
Well, the latest thing is that, again, on Friday, there was another gruesome attack in the southern state of Karnataka, where a techie from Hyderabad city had gone home to his native village, and he was returning back with some friends, and they ran into some people that became convinced they were child kidnappers, and they were actually able to flee. And the WhatsApp rumors about this van that they were driving in spread so quickly that they were then caught by the mob, and one of the men was killed. So this is after a week when WhatsApp itself took the unusual step of putting a 10-point plan in full-page ads in the newspaper, warning, explaining to folks about how to spot fake news. So that was so even after these efforts that the company has done, these mob lynchings are continuing.
So are the ads in the newspapers, let's say these are in major metro areas, or certainly you have to be literate to be able to read the paper, does that work when some of these lynch mobs might be in more rural areas where people might not be as digitally literate?
Yeah, I think that's the big problem here. I don't think people in America really use WhatsApp that much, but in India, there's 200 million users here. It's WhatsApp's biggest market, and many of them are digitally illiterate, and they're smartphone users that may be using a smartphone for the first time and may not be aware of how news is actually disseminated and what is fake news. When it comes over their phone, they don't know exactly what is true and what is not true. So that's what's really, really causing the problem here. So the Indian government has been kind of stymied at the center level with what to do about the problem, although they did issue WhatsApp a very stern warning on 3rd July, saying that they needed to address the problem. But what's happened is actually that this very grassroots sort of efforts to combat it have spread through local police departments around the country, where the cops are putting up their own WhatsApp lines so that citizens can call in text in, to check rumors themselves. And also, even as low tech as going from village to village in a van with a loudspeaker on top, warning people not to believe fake news on WhatsApp.
What else can the Indian government do to try to prevent this from spreading or from happening again?
They're doing these mostly it's the state and local governments. I think Maharashtra, which is the western state, is putting up billboards everywhere, and they tend to lean to what they're saying now. The state governments, the police are saying, the state governments are saying, well, we are opting for more public information spreading than actually putting controls on what can be disseminated.
Is there anything that Facebook can actually structurally do, whether it's on a geographic level or anything else? Because at the core of the application is the ability for you and I to communicate in total secrecy if we want, right?
Yeah, so what they have done, recently, and partly in response to this terrible violence in India, is that they have put in some new controls. And one of them is the administrator of a group can actually control who posts to that group or not, and that now some of these things that are forwarded are actually labeled as forwarded, so users can tell, okay, this came from my auntie, so they're better able to track, who is sending them things on WhatsApp and what the source of it may be. But I think there's internet activists in India who are arguing that they need to do more. One of the things that has been floated out there is that forwards should be public, whereas you could still have a private conversation that would. But if you're going to be forwarding things, then it would be automatic public, or some more draconian controls than what is actually in place now.
All right, Washington Post's India Bureau Chief Annie Gowan joining us via Skype today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.